Welcome back, Crime Spies. How are you? Long time no see. So, as you know, I'm busy working, and these videos just came out the other day, and I thought, maybe it would be a good idea for me to watch these. I mean, granted, they're going to be in prison now from, it's my understanding the parole board is in charge of how long they get to stay in prison because they both took a plea deal. It's supposed to be between 4 and 30 years. Let's hope it's the 30 years. It sounds like they might go a little bit more lenient on Jodi because she showed remorse. So I'm not sure if sorry, pardon the mess over here. This was kind of impromptu. But for those of you who might have like a noise disgust or attention, sometimes if noise is distracting, I do. And for some of them, hi June, how are you? Surprise, surprise. Fancy seeing you here. I don't even know if I remember how to do this. Welcome back. Only a couple more weeks of hell and we'll be back in business. So anyway, so I thought, maybe what I could do is upload some of these videos. Well, I downloaded all of the videos. I downloaded all of the audio files. I downloaded all of the pictures. And I thought, well, I'm just going to start with the videos. So I did, the first one I wanted to do was and again, because these are minor children, we're using their initials. The boy is R and the girl is E. So I wanted to do those two videos first. So I uploaded that. So there's a new playlist called something along the lines of Ruby and I can't see, the light is in my face. Light is in my face. Hold on. I need to find it because... Oh, there I'm going. Videos. Okay, so it's called... Okay, so the first one is called Video Evidence, Ruby Franke, Jodi Hildebrandt. And the second one is the one I just got done with. It's like 2 hours long. So like there's a playlist and I've uploaded 2 videos so far. But the videos, some look like they're duplicates. So I got done with work today and I thought, okay, I'm going to work on this next video. And then in my opinion, it kind of looked like part of it is from this one. So I thought, you know what, let's just turn it on and listen to it. I'm not going to watch the episode 1 with you because that one is so sad. I was crying on Saturday when I saw the little girl eat the bite of pizza in the closet for like 7 hours. Like the waterworks just started. So I'm not even going to go there. But that one's only 20 minutes long. And I think I have them in order. I didn't realize until later that I didn't do a double, triple check and make sure that they're in order. But I did them in order of him ringing the doorbell. And then, because he goes to the first house first, and there's no answer. Then he goes to the second house and he thinks there's no answer before the guy comes out. So, so I did those, and then I did the ambulance arriving, the first responders arriving. I did the interview of the little boy in the back of the ambulance, and then I did the little girl in the closet videos. And again, I think they're all in order. So that's what I did on video 1. It's 20 minutes. It's number 1 on the playlist. So I wanted to watch with you now the video number 2. It's like 2 hours long. And then what I did is I tried to do like a vocal isolation. Again, for those of you who have like noise sensitivities. So let's just watch this together. And because it is 2 hours long and I like perused through it, I want to make sure it's not something that I'm working on again. I guess if that makes any sense. Now, which one of these should I use? Let's see, this one. Okay, this one might work. Oh, and I'm actually in the right direction. Again, pardon the mess down here. This is my little table. So let's get this started. Oops. Oh, and there's my video. There's my beginning. And stupid YouTube. Display capture. Stupid YouTube gave me a copyright strike on the music to this, which is kind of stupid. So this is just the very beginning. So I changed the music now again to the one that I used at the beginning of this one. Oops, that's not it. Oops. All right, so now, oops, where's my mouse? There it is. Now, I also wanted to say, pause one moment. I wanted to tell you that there are parts of the videos that do not have sound. And I don't know why that is. So, there. All right, here we go. So this is part of it that doesn't have sound. I think the church funded that house. Oh. Okay, that house. Okay, so the house here, maybe what I should do is that's interesting, June. Church funded the house.
184.
Okay, see how now the audio is going to come in for a little bit?
Front door's off to the left.
Oops, you're a little too loud here. And again, I applied a vocal isolation to this particular video. That's another reason why I kind of wanted just to run this past you before I work on the other ones. Just make sure this is something that's, because I have a weirdness with noise. So you're not able to like hear their little feet coming up, but there are parts that there is no video either. So hopefully this is going to work. And I got to tell you, okay, so the address, there is a Zillow listing for this house. It listed for, I don't know, I should have looked to see if it sold. But it was for $5-ish million.
Police officers, open up!
Oh, God, you're getting loud again. Okay, I'm going to, sorry about that.
Got movement right here.
Right there.
Contact. Got movement.
Hi, I'm new.
Open the door!
I can't see the chat. Hold on a minute.
Jodi, I need you to step out.
I have my turn.
That's great. Step out of the house.
No, I'm not going to step out of
Step
the
out of the
house.
house. Step out of the
Oh,
house.
C-Swap. Hi, C-Swap.
We're just gonna sit in the office. You're gonna be up.
Wait a minute, how do you come to my house?
Right there.
Look, they come into my house.
Just have a seat
Oh,
right
cry
there.
Do you have
harder,
a search
Jodi.
warrant?
Have a seat right
Do
there.
you have a search
Have
warrant?
a seat right there. I'll explain everything after. Have a seat right there.
Do you have a search warrant, sir?
Control 12X11. Can you hold the air? We're searching the house.
I can tell you what's in the house.
Okay.
Okay, you're still getting it a
Just have a
little
seat
bit
right there for me.
loud. I'm going to try to turn it down a little
Do
bit.
you have a search warrant?
We'll explain it after this.
Yeah, Jodi, enjoy your last
Come
few
to my
moments
house without a
of
search warrant.
We'll explain everything after
outside
this.
air. Okay, I'm going to pause one moment. C-Swapped, hello. June is here. Hello. This is kind of impromptu. Hopefully you caught my big long rant or my big long explanation in the very beginning of this. This is kind of sprung on you like a surprise, like a post St. Patrick's Day surprise. So I did a vocal isolation on this video. It's hour 47 minutes, but because there's so many videos and some don't have audio, and I'm not sure if they are. I don't know. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to watch this just to make sure I'm not working, like the next one I work on isn't the same one. This is, so So there's a vocal isolation, so we shouldn't hear, like, okay, so the police body cams have like this beep beep thing that goes in your ear. So if you're a headphone listener, it's very painful. So hopefully we like this. I put a little watermark on the top, vocal isolation by Crime Spies. So hopefully. Oh, somebody did say somewhere that Jessie, so Jodi's niece, Jessie. Okay, so and I don't know if it was Dateline or 48 Hours or what's the other one? 2020, but one of them had an update on this case just the last few days, and that Jessie, she's been in other videos before too. The one that the tattoo artist, Jodi's niece. This is again kind of why I wanted to just put this on here because there's so many things I want to talk about it. Follow them. Oh, you guys are so smart. See, look at this. Oh, here, I think I can sign in down here. So let's turn this back on. So this is the, and I forget which one this is called. So we should.
Okay. So that's one of the reasons why we're here. So we'll explain after everything's done, after we clear the house and make sure everything's fine in there.
But why are you coming into my house without a
We'll
search warrant?
explain it after this.
Yeah,
But that doesn't make sense. You come into my house and do what you want, and then you tell me you don't have a
No,
warrant.
we'll
It's because
explain
you're
why we
busted,
did.
lady.
But don't you have to have a warrant?
Not at this moment, we don't.
And they don't have to pause. They don't have to have a warrant because there is the minor child, the boy that escaped, has let the first responders know that his sister is in this house. So that's how they can, I don't know if the right word is usurp, but they can get past the search warrant.
We're here on exigent circumstances. And I'll explain it after this, after my sergeant and the officer are done clearing the house.
I hate this woman. I hate her. So you're saying, I wonder if the video, maybe this is a problem because I'm wondering if her attorney is talking to her and that's why the filter.
Is there anybody else in the house?
Yes.
2 kids?
There's a little girl.
Just one?
She's right over here.
Okay. How old is she?
She'll be 10 next week.
Okay.
She's having a hard time
Is
catching
she's
her
on this
breath.
side?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I hope you're suffering right now in this video.
I have Airbnb guests over there. Probably scared me to death.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, tough shit, lady.
And they're on this side of the house then?
They're right over there. She's over here.
Can you get through the house that way?
Yes, they just have to go right there.
There's no other kids?
There's a
besides
lot
her?
of videos.
What's her name?
See, this is kind of mysterious what the filter is cutting out because she's obviously not talking. Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Research every church out there. So for those of you who are familiar with Crime Spies, when I was growing up, my grandmother was a devout Jehovah's Witness.
Should be off to, where are you at? Should be off to the left, right in there. Is it the main bedroom?
It's right there.
How do you get there from the inside?
Walk around the corner. There's a little hall, and it's the first.
Just around the corner, down the hall.
Second door to the right.
I hate this woman. Yeah, so we had that. My mother was raised, I think grandma converted when my mother was like, I don't know, a young teen, I think. So when my mom and dad got together, my dad actually had to convert from Lutheran to that religion. And then he didn't tell his mother. My mom and dad got married at the Justice of the Peace. I suppose I shouldn't say too much. And my dad is 80 years old today. Happy birthday, Father. I was going to plan on doing we were going to go bowling yesterday, but then my son couldn't go, and then we had some snow. So we're going to do it. Now we can't do it next weekend. Yeah, so Grandma was don't even get me started on these Jehovah's Witnesses. After my grandma died, her sister's husband was an elder in the congregation, and he tried to embezzle. He successfully embezzled a couple $1 million from our family's estate. Million with an M. I hate them. They actually came by my house a couple months ago, and I said, hey, what religion are you from? I knew it. I mean, who else comes to the door and rings the doorbell? And then I said, oh, are you from the Chanhassen congregation? Oh, yes, we are. I said, do you know person one, person two, my second cousin, and her dipshit husband? Oh, yes, we do. And they're smiling. I said, yeah, her father stole millions of dollars from our family. Millions. So, and you've never done anything with her. So just step off my porch and don't ever come back. So I have a special hatred for people who are part of, organized religion in these cultish kind of things.
Oh, Eve, is that you?
Get off my lawn. Oh my God. And it was so funny because Lily, one of my triplets, and her boyfriend there's like a loft that overlooks the foyer. So I'm in the foyer answering the door, and they could hear me upstairs because they go into the loft and kind of like are peeking over. And I shut the door, and they're like, yay, Mom! It was funny. Oh my God. So I have a special hatred for that. I'll tell you one thing that really scared me when I watched this.
Sorry, that was one of the officers.
That little boy, number one, he tried to escape once before. And apparently Ruby woke up in the middle of the night sensing that he was gone, and went out, and they ended up finding him and bringing him back. And then they were plotting to buy some land out in Arizona. And I bet you if that little boy hadn't tried to escape again and they would have gone to Arizona, they never would have found him. It reminds me so much of JJ and Tylee Vallow. Those kids. Jodi, some of her, or not Jodi.
Just one.
Ruby, some of her like rantings, talking about her children having demons, is so much similar. It's so similar to the Lori Vallow. Oh my God. No. Yeah. Yep. She's just sitting there in silence.
Police department, call out. Police department, call out. Move in.
Thank you for watching this with me. If you have other things to do, this is saved on my channel. I guess I'm watching what I already uploaded. I'm watching my own video with you. In those journal writings, she names heads of the LDS church. She says that they gave Jodi a blessing. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. So something I watched. Okay, so my days are kind of all jumbled together, but something I watched the other day. So there was two things I was trying to find time to watch. One was this evidence, the document dump, I guess you could say, all the evidence that was dumped on the 22nd, so 3 days ago. That's the videos, the audios,
See the downstairs.
the pictures, and the
You
documents.
said our Airbnb people were here.
They're at the Cat Scout.
And the
Okay.
other thing I was looking at was, the dentist. What's his face? James Craig, the dentist. He poisoned his wife like a year ago. I think it was
What's that?
like a year ago, I think.
There's another person that's not.
Okay.
Angela Craig. So that was also on like 48 Hours or Dateline or 2020. So kind of between the two of those, I was trying to get caught up because his trial starts now in August. Yeah. Well, okay. And then I haven't gotten to all the stuff yet, but I did watch a little clip of the dad being told that his children have like open wounds.
Control 12x11, you're clear. to
Like,
open
okay, so I know a couple of the other people on the YouTubes, they're not showing like the really graphic pictures, but like they're showing the pictures of the son with it looked like duct tape, and then it had like saran wrap first and then duct tape. Underneath that, there's pictures in the document dump that I'm not going to show, but underneath that are gaping wounds, like infected, pussy wounds from them being bound. And apparently what they were doing is they were putting a mixture of cayenne pepper and honey on top of the wounds, then wrapping with saran wrap, then wrapping with duct tape. Can you believe it? I mean, the stuff I've been reading and listening to and watching is it's so horrifying. Oh. So they were telling the father, I watched just a real short video about the dad, and he had said he had not seen his children for like over a year. Something else that had popped out was apparently Jodi had told him he had some type of addiction to, let's just say, adult content. Well, apparently, according to the LDS, and this might have been on that Dateline or 48 Hours or 2020 episodes with that Jesse, but they had said even if a person has looked at adult content even one time in their life, they call it an addiction. So because of that, Jodi had lived with them in their house initially, and then
Can you access that room from inside here, inside the house? Yeah, you can. Okay.
and then he was instructed to move out, and then at some point she
I
and
assume they're there.
You know where they're from?
I think they said Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. Okay.
she looks like she's in a trance. I should actually listen to the original video and see if her attorney is like talking to her, if she's just holding the phone up like a habit. Yeah, supposedly the mixture was to heal. Hi, you're wrong. How are you? Did you see they took my Rumble channel down? 460 some subscribers or followers. They took it down because of Laptop from Hell. I have a new channel. I think I have 3 followers over there because I haven't had time, with taxes. Nice to see you. You're wrong. One of my followers that follows me on Twitter, she said, "Did Rumble take your channel down?" And I said, "Yeah. I had laptop. I had audiobooks. It was from like last summer, and it was in 4 parts, and apparently if you get 100 penalty points on Rumble, they permanently remove your whole entire channel without any type of nothing. And because it was in 4 parts, each part got a 26-point penalty, so it was 104. Oh. I saw there's some questionable moves at Rumble going on. They're playing favorites with creators. Oh, how nice is that? I even replied to them and I said, don't I have a chance to just take those 4 audiobooks down? I mean, how many audiobooks? I must have had 25 audiobooks, and I had just finished uploading the new RFK Jr. audiobook. That was 20 some hours. Oh my God, I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Yeah, 460. And I had like, I think $60. $60 because I'd never withdrawn any money out of there because you have to have $100 to withdraw. And I've had a couple. I had a couple Rumble rants, and then I'd made like $9. And they took all. They didn't even give me the money. So then one of the people that pretty much gave me most of that money, I sent her a message on Gab, and I said, "Did they give you a refund? Because I never got it." Unbelievable. Stupid. She counseled the husband to leave and contact the families until they stopped lusting with their eyes. Oh my God. I tell you what. Oh, and another thing I wanted to mention was, okay, so there's Jodi and Ruby, and then the two older children are out of the house, and I think one girl is at like college. I'm not sure what the son is doing. And BRB, is that what it says? Boy, that writing is awful small. How do I make that bigger? So the two little kids were here at Jodi's house, and then the two middle children were at another lady's house. And one of the videos I saw this weekend, somebody had said,
I know you have a flight to catch, so.
"Oh, you're not going to be catching that flight."
So they're in your home because he lied to them about.
Yeah, I've got a police officer standing right here.
Okay.
So, I don't want you to miss your flight, so.
Well, I'm not going to miss my flight. I'm okay for a minute.
Okay.
Maybe she was on hold.
Have they found her yet?
Yeah, they have Eve. They think there's somebody else in the house. There's not.
Are there 3 children that are supposed to be in this house?
There's one that's here.
One that's here? There's not 3 children that are supposed to be here in this home?
She's staying silent, apparently. Jodi's going to be catching her flight soon to the prison. What were the chances that the attorney didn't know this was going on? That's a really good question, June. Because, okay, so my opinion, at least this is what happened when our family was involved with the Jehovah's Witnesses cult. We had that, family member that tried to, successfully embezzled millions of dollars from our family's estate. And we took them to court for years, and that was really expensive. But this document that he had drawn up and had one of my great uncles sign, we went to court for that. And guess what? They flew in. I think there were 6 attorneys from their headquarters out in New York that they flew in.
Brothers.
Yeah.
To represent.
I have one officer standing right here with me. There's about 6 of them. I don't know what it is. I know they found her. I don't know if they left her there. I don't know.
Yeah, they flew in like 6 people. So my impression is, I'm assuming the LDS people are the same way. I know Scientology is that way. Their lawyers represent them. They keep it in the cult. Friggin' bastards. I want to know in what world, what manual did this psychologist read that it's okay to let small children stand outside in the heat all day? That little boy, R, for his birthday, it's my understanding, he was outside all day with a sun hat on, bare feet. There's a video in that video number 1 of this series. Somebody had took a video of him barefoot out in the local little cemetery picking up garbage with his bare feet. And then Jodi, I think, or not Jodi, Ruby, I think, in her journal had written that on his birthday he was outside with his sun hat on, but then he was like trying to go close to the house to get a little bit of shade, and she had to take like a cactus poke and push him out into the sunshine. I'd like to know, Jodi, what manual, what course did you take in college that said it's okay to do that to children? Little teeny tiny kids. They shaved the little girl's hair. The wounds on their arms and legs from being bound with that cayenne pepper honey mixture slathered on there. What manual did you read that out of, Jodi, you piece of shit? Oh my God. Ugh. She read books from Chad Daybell? For real? School of Douchery? God, you guys. Okay. Is that do we know that for a fact? That she actually, because didn't he have like those sci-fi books, kind of? They were trying to get the devil out of the children, not sure how that would help. You know what, Jodi? I hope when you're in prison, I hope what happens is you slice your foot or something, or something, like what's the most painful part of your body? Your foot. Definitely your foot. I don't know if any of you have had foot problems, but like you can't escape foot problems because every time you stand up, you have to put weight on it. I hope she gets a big giant slice in her foot. And then I hope that the prison does the same cayenne pepper honey solution with the saran wrap and duct tape. Piece of shit woman. I hate her. I hate her. I couldn't believe it. The children were so thin from being malnutritioned. Oh, there's a picture also of their kitchen, which... That's another thing. If you read about like the different cults and stuff, remember that House of Horrors out, I think it was in California. Remember the guy had like that bowl haircut? And they had, I don't know, however many kids, and one of the daughters had escaped. And they had like a lock on the refrigerator, and the parents would just like gorge themselves with food, and the poor little kids had chains and locked up too.
Yeah. No, it's on speaker. Hold on. Okay. Yeah.
Based his book.
Yeah.
Penis on a different book. I can get the name. Oh, interesting. I think I can sign into it. Open in browser. Oh, not that one. Here. Just a moment. I'm trying to find my... There it is. It's pink. I must need to make it bigger. I moved my light.
Why don't you take food? No, you're gonna. Do you want to do outside perimeter?
You guys are gonna grab
There,
cars?
now I can see. Now I can see you.
Mine's still running.
There, now I can see much better, and I can respond. Takes me a minute to remember what I'm doing here. This attorney is a member of the church. That's why she can trust him. Oh, I did catch a little tiny clip of that, June. That was the video I was working. Or is it at the end of this one?
Gun in their hands.
Oh, Jodi, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what did she just say? You know what I should have done is put captions on here. That officer is just standing there with that body cam.
Walked in the house. There was a machine gun in their hands.
Machine gun.
Oh, Jodi, I'm so sorry.
They have machine guns in their hands. Yeah, it's because you're a criminal, Jodi, you piece of shit. Hidden True Crimes really went deep into all this. Was a member of the church. Mormon stories, some too. Both very good. Thank you so much. I'm going to write that down. I think I subscribe to Hidden True Crimes. Oh, I hit pause on accident. I'm sorry. Forgive my lack of remembering how to do this. Hidden True Crimes. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. Okay, so far I am kind of liking this vocal isolation because, like I said, the body cams have that beep beep noise that comes through. So if you're a headphone wearer, it's really painful. And then there's a Mormon channel. Thank you so much. You guys are so smart. She was a journalist and her husband is a psychiatrist. They have very interesting perspectives. The Hidden True Crimes lady. Oh, for real. I know I have that. I know I subscribe to that channel. That beep beep is terrible. Yeah. So again, I applied a vocal isolation. So like when people walk by, you're not able to hear their feet. We're only able to hear the talking. And actually, I'm kind of glad I did it this way and had you smart people come in here and give me some feedback. Because then now, see, like you can't hear him walking or him walking. I have a weirdness with noise and I like to use my headphones. So let's just see how this goes. It takes a little while to process these. I'm wondering if I should put like closed caption or not closed caption, but I can do like, it'll have like a little word bubble that pops up on the bottom when they are talking. I can add that too. Maybe I should add that for the next one. Add word bubble. There's quite a few videos. Let's see, where's my... Oh, she just sent a message. I heard that. There is 29 videos. 29 videos. The very first video, that 20-minute video, probably has like 10 on there. And then this one is one of the longer ones. And then there's a couple other longer ones of them cruising through the house, gathering evidence. That's the one I was going to work on. Yeah, I'm going to definitely watch those C-swept. Thank you.
Yeah. I think he might be outside with the
Who's this guy?
Airbnb people.
Oh, are they still here? Did they go?
I don't know. He had him somewhere on the side.
I wonder if... Oh my God, I gotta move that light. It's right in front of the screen. Sometimes YouTube adds a transcript at the bottom of the thing. Maybe it will on the live stream. Maybe it has to be live stream. Oh, it's the first time yeah, well, like I said, when I was combing through, I wanted to get the ones of the little kids done first. So you understand. I think the reason I wanted to do that was so that you understand the reasoning behind all of these other ones, especially for people that haven't, aren't familiar with what happened here. And there's not going to be any trial because they both took a plea deal. So this was just the first one that I picked because I wanted to try to do them in order, like them going into the house. So that video number 1 has them finding the little girl in the closet. And that one's like I said, it's only like 20 minutes long, and it's just a whole bunch of little videos plugged together. So then the next one I want to work on is going to be them going through the house and gathering evidence. I think that one is like 3 hours. I think that one is. I think. I tell you what. So Utah, apparently, the parole bar. So they both took a plea deal, which is between 4 and 30 years. But the judge does not give them a sentence. And there was 4 charges. That's my understanding. There was 4 charges, and they're to run consecutively, I think. So it's like one, then the next, not on top of each other. But it's up to the parole board to determine at what point they come out. I tell you what, if they come out the prosecutor, again, this was on, I think it was 2020. The prosecutor.
The officer's still there.
Yeah, opening that house.
Is there an officer that's close by you?
Yeah, he's
Or
standing.
somebody?
I don't know who he is, but yes,
It's my lieutenant.
he's lieutenant.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You have a room downstairs that has a safe wheel on the front. How do we get access to that to ensure that there's no one else in this home?
Adam.
They do need to search that there's nobody else, so I think you can give them access to make sure there's nobody in there.
And then you don't have to tell me the code if you just want to open it. We're going to go in and make sure that nobody's else there, and then we'll sit down and have a conversation after that as far as why we're here.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes, it
Okay.
makes sense. And
You want to open it then?
I don't know if I have the code.
Does he have the code and he can tell you the code, and that's just
I
between
think
you
she
two?
said.
No.
I think she said
That
his name was
thing's been
Adam.
locked for a couple of years, and I would have to call whatever.
Okay. Is that a panic room or a room where?
It's a room with a toilet, a
Oh,
sink.
there's a toilet and a sink in the
You don't know
safe.
the code.
There is a separate video called "Opening the Safe."
All right.
So this. Okay, so now what I'm gathering is this is the
You have to call
video.
the safe company? Is that who you have to
I
call?
assume that's where I have to call. This hasn't been at the top of my priority list.
Yeah.
Well, the top of your priority list, Jodi, is to make sure that you don't cut your foot in your 30 years in prison. Because detected. Busy in my garden to pay attention to crimes. Okay, so you're wrong. This is, okay, so I think it says right at the top, August 30th, 2023. This is Jodi Hildebrandt. She is, what was the name of her YouTube channel? She's some psychiatrist, a member of the LDS Church. And on August 30th, the other lady is Ruby Franke. Ruby Franke had almost like 2 million followers on her YouTube channel. She had a channel with her 6 kids and her husband.
So Jodi, can you put the phone to your ear?
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah.
And So this woman here was one of her besties. And August 30th, one of Ruby Franke's children, a son, how old was the son? The daughter was like 9 turning 10, and the son was like, what, 12, 13-ish? Connections. Yes, thank you, C-Swept. So Jodi had a business called Connections that Ruby went to go work with. Anywhooser, so on August 30th, the boy had escaped to a neighbor's house. It's in video 1 that I uploaded. I think it was this morning.
I don't know that.
So there's a playlist on my YouTube channel.
Whatever it's called Liberty Safe.
And all this evidence was just released on the 22nd, so Friday. And me and my weirdness with noise, I wanted to do them, upload them with a vocal isolation to get rid of all the background. That part for sure. I'd like to know if she was actually licensed by the state. Okay, June. Okay, so if you have... I'll find it when we're done here. Remind me. Actually, if you're on X... Wait, I think I can do something here.
No.
Oops. See, I have Hulu. And Hulu, I get 2020.
Okay, you're on speaker.
Officer,
Yeah, it's locked.
the other individual, I don't know if that was you, mentioned that you would explain the purposes behind what you thought were the exigent circumstances. Can you tell us those now?
I can't. You'd have to talk to my sergeant or lieutenant about that.
Could you get them, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let's see.
Okay, so I posted a link, and 2020 locks their episodes for like a couple weeks, but if you have Hulu, you can watch it on there. But if you open up that link, the very first one is season 46, episode 22, Ruby Franke from momfluencer to felon.
With her attorney. Okay. He's asking what the reasons why we're here. Because when I pulled her out, I told her, I was like, we're just here. Exigent circumstances required us to be here. So he's like, what are those? I said, I'd have to talk to somebody
No, I'll
else.
talk to his face for I talk to him on the phone.
Okay. You do what?
Yeah, no, I can talk to him on the phone.
Okay.
Is that your attorney? Yes. Okay.
So while this is happening,
Hello, sir. Hey, it's Lieutenant Studley.
Lieutenant Studley.
Hey, so we're not going to have any conversation over the phone. We'll probably do that in person. Is there a time that we could sit down and meet?
Well, there is. I'm getting on a plane, so it would need to
Maybe
be
you should
Friday.
cancel your flight,
Okay.
sir.
Could we do Friday?
Absolutely. What time Friday works for you?
No, my papers.
Well, could we do in the afternoon?
You tell me what time I will be available.
Jodi, would 4 o'clock on Friday work?
Nope, she'll be in prison.
You want
jail.
Jodi there, I presume?
Yes.
Okay. And you are supposed to announce yourself and explain the purpose. Could you at least explain that to Jodi while I'm on the phone?
Not yet, but I can do that with you on the phone. But again, there won't be any dialogue. We received a report of an emaciated juvenile that had duct tape around his extremities that was asking for food and water. And based on that information, there are other people in the home, so we're ensuring that there is nobody else in the same condition. So under that exit sheet C, we've entered the home.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Lieutenant, we will plan on Friday at 4.
Okay.
No, thankfully we were wrong. They did not die.
Our police department is 55 North Main Street in Ivins.
Did you hear that, Adam?
I did, yeah.
I think she's calling him Adam.
And Jodi, officer, thank you. I don't know if you're still on the phone.
Yeah, no, we're here.
Okay. Jodi, we'll just plan on 4 o'clock on Friday. And Ruby's on her way down for the children, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, before I hang up, officer, can I talk to Jodi just briefly?
Absolutely. I will walk away and you are on your own.
They're so friendly. And in their hearts, they're thinking, you stupid beep. This woman here, she has a nice toasty warm spot waiting for her in Satan's lair. You're wrong. Thank the Lord for that. And there's no oh my gosh. So what I was saying, okay, so the link I just posted above, that's the 2020 episode. It's locked right now. If you have Hulu, you can watch it.
I think they're going to take her. I think they're going to take her. Got it.
All the bandits at door. Where's that? I'll stay at the door. Okay. Okay. Go look.
Yeah. See, now that's another thing that didn't work out so well with the vocal isolator. Why do I have a black screen? Oh, it's a dead spot.
All right.
Oh my gosh. So you're wrong. The very first video is 20 minutes. I know if I watch it in front of you, I will cry again. And I cried for 7 hours. Oops.
All I know is that someone needs to go draft a search warrant. So that's probably. Where's he? I just want to do that based on his info. You got her.
He's straight in there.
Here's the link to the first one I uploaded. That's the one that's got the boy. His name is R because we're not using their name, they're minor. And then, so it shows him going to the first house, ringing the doorbell, no answer. And then he goes to the second house, rings the doorbell, almost gets a not answer. And just as he's just barely walking away, the owner opens the home and tells him to sit down. And the I'm assuming wife comes out. They give him water. They give him food. The guy calls 911. And then it shows the first responders coming. And then it shows the video of them finding, or then it shows R in the ambulance with the officer talking to him, asking him, who did this to him. And then it shows them finding the girl in the closet. And then ends with, and then there's, several short videos. They're trying to, because she was mute at first. And then it ends with her walking out of the closet. That's 20 minutes. So sad. Oh. So that's the first one. And again, I wanted to put that up first because for people who are not interested or not in tune with this that happened, I thought, let's just put that up first. It's only 20 minutes. but it shows you, and that doesn't show you the pictures. And these were just released 3 days ago. All this document dump, I guess is what they call it. It's so sad. Like I said, when I watched it for the first time of her eating the bite of pizza, I was sitting here watching it, and the waterworks just came, and they didn't stop for like 7 hours. Like I'd stop and I'd go like try to forget about it for a little while, and then it would just start all over again. Oh my God, it's so sad. So that's why I wanted to upload these also, because there will not be a trial, because they did take a plea deal. Her and Ruby. I think their sentencing hearing was just a few months ago, and that's why that 2020 episode that they just released is just kind of like an update. And the prosecutor said, even though it's up to the parole board to decide whether they serve 4 years or whether they serve the full 30 years, what his hope is that they both are in prison long enough for the 2 minor children to grow up and are capable of handling the fact that Ruby and Jodi are being released. So, 30 years from now, the 2 kids that are in this video will be what, 40 and what, 43 or something? So if they get their maximum sentence, the 2 children will be in their early 40s. Oh my God, it's so sad. It's so sad. And there's so much information that was released. It's kind of hard to comb through it. Because it's not like they're not in any particular order. So, it's just like this list. So I printed it off, a screenshot of all the videos. There's a few others. And then I was marking them off, making sure I had them all. And then I thought, okay, well, we'll do the kids first, and then we'll do... That's an interesting question. June says, I wonder if she believes she's bad. You know what? I bet she knew that she was doing wrong, but she didn't think she'd get caught. It's my opinion.
I'm at the front door.
Is any sentence enough, considering they gave those children a life sentence of pain and confusion that carry on to their own families too? Yeah, I agree. And you know what's interesting? I wonder what the difference is between the states as far as... Okay, this just popped into my head. You know how my brain kind of works weird. But Utah, considering it's Utah and considering it's LDS, and isn't there like a couple different branches of LDS?
Captain. Yes, Rude Captain. He's Hey, you still have your attorney on the phone? Okay. I just want to advise you of our intentions. Seems like there's a room we can't get into. We're getting some conflicting information. We're going to go draft a search warrant, and we'll be right back, okay?
That's a safe room.
Now, what does that mean, a search warrant?
What's that?
What does he mean, a search warrant?
I'm just going to get a warrant from the judge.
You're already here, though. I don't understand what that means.
They'll explain it to you when they give it to you.
Fundamental LDS, but they split off in the 1800s. The Lord's judgment will be upon her. There's a lot of women in that prison that miss their kids and won't take kindly to what she said. Thank you. You're wrong.
Getting conflicting information from...
I don't know. I don't know who they talked to since we've been here.
So,
like I said, the reason Lieutenant Studley said the reason why we're here is to make sure everybody was okay. That everybody was, the condition we found Russell in. The search warrant,
supposed to
I
redact
imagine it's
that
going to
name.
be do a more in-depth search of the house. Right now, it's just safety and security of the people,
Got it.
making sure they're okay.
No, I see your position.
Yeah.
That's why I'm crying.
Yeah.
Because
You're crying because you got
I
caught, you
see why
bitch.
you think this is an issue.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking is, considering this is Utah,
Noticed you got a giant bug, though, back there.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list to sweep that off the front.
yeah, well, your to-do list now
Guy
consists
came
of
into the
trying not to cut
Spray.
your foot.
spray, and like 3 days later, I had bugs everywhere.
All dead.
Complain a little harder. I bet you'd have plenty of time to
I
kill
seen that,
bugs if
made
you were
sure
out in the
that it
sun
was-
all day like you made that
was
little
dead,
kid
that
do.
That looked a little intimidating.
Yeah.
You could probably sit on the couch so you're not out here in the sun.
No, make her sit out in the sun.
You want to go sit
She
out?
deserves to sit out in the sun.
You just have to make sure
She'd
you don't
make-
go to the bathroom and let her go in. Just got to
I go right.
No. There's no comfort for her. Put her back outside. Put her in the direct sunlight. So what I was saying earlier is because it's Utah, do you think some of the elected officials are LDFs? And so that's why on a crime like this, they only got between 4 and 30 and it's up to the parole board? Who's to say there isn't other crazy LDS people on the parole board that'll cut him loose a little early? Put her with the bugs.
He's talking. I don't know where he's at.
He's talking to somebody?
She made him sleep
outside.
outside.
Did he bring all the cars in?
I hope so. Otherwise, mine's still blocking the road.
Bro, what? Like the address, I pulled it up, right? And I drove over. And it's like, I'm the last car at the very end.
Oh, dang. I think.
I rolled up and the lady's like, oh, they're down the street. I'm like, what the heck? Why are all the cars on?
Yeah, I think he went down and grabbed mine. Mine was blocking over the road. So.
Yeah. Oh, you guys lying.
Oh yeah.
Why do you want to walk?
That's what I would. That's what I would.
It's not going for you. Is this some officer picking it?
The one video I started working on, they're in the kitchen eating pizza, the officers are. I hope they took it from her cupboard.
They gave up all this stuff.
I'm going to need to add some captions on here. Those other earphones that I have, they're so good. Like, you can hear everything. Elvis'
should have
family
more
was so
headsets in
poor,
my
he
car.
had to sleep in the shed. Maybe the kid will grow up to be an awesome in rock and roll. Maybe. I didn't know that he lived in the shed. Yeah, they made this little, I think it's the 2020 episode. The prosecutor talks about the when he would go out into, he'd have to sleep outside, he'd have to be outside. And I think the first time he tried to escape, he wrote in with the rocks outside something like he'll be at the jail. Meet me at the jail. I'll be at the jail. You can meet me there or something. And he was going to walk to the jail. I should watch that episode again. See, if Rumble didn't screw with my YouTube or with my Rumble channel, we could actually watch that 2020 episode over there. Now I'm so scared. Pain makes great music and poetry. Well, that Jessie girl, the Jodi Hildebrandt's niece, that she also inflicted this punishment on years ago, she's a musician. At the end of that 2020 episode, there's a beautiful song that she's singing. Yeah. I also was kind of wondering, because, okay, so a lot of people picked up on the story when it very first happened. And I mean, I kind of, like, I would catch bits and pieces, but I was so busy trying to build my little channel. And it seemed like other much more capable people were covering it. And it just didn't seem like a good thing for me to work on when there's other people that were so much better at doing this, and putting out the stuff. But now that I'm sort of getting the hang of it, and a little bit more educated. I was actually a little surprised that over the weekend there wasn't more people, that at least people that I follow, covering these videos. And so that's why I thought, well, I'm going to do that vocal isolation. What kind of father isn't aware of this horror? Oh, you're wrong. That's another thing. So one of the videos, they contact the father. Did they let her go TT? No, ma'am. You can go TT outside. Like you made those children go TT outside.
Must have missed that stuff.
How can they give? I suppose if they didn't give her comfort, she'd sue them. Piece of garbage. Oxygen thief. Enjoy your fancy couch, because that's the last time your big fat ass is going to be sitting on it. Hopefully your bed is made of nails. Very long interviews with her on both of those channels. That Jessie girl. Yeah. She was in, I'm assuming it was Dateline or something when this just happened, because I had seen her before. And then when she popped up on that 2020 episode that just dropped, the house is so cold. Well, they're probably house poor. That's why there's hardly any furniture in it or any stuff. I mean, that house doesn't look lived in. My house, I've been here for 12 years now, and I gotta get the house on the market and get the hell out of here once triplets graduate. And the last couple months I've been wandering around thinking, okay, well, this isn't going to be that hard. I've moved how many times? Oh my God, because the kids were so little when I first moved here. The girls were in like kindergarten. There's so much junk. I don't even know where to start. I was in the kitchen for like 6 hours and I got through like 3 cupboards. And it's like the garage is going to take me like a month. I mean, I might as well just like get a dumpster and then or get like some kind of fire pit, just start dumping stuff in there. But then I'm afraid if I just like dump like boxes without going through it, maybe there's like, some jewelry in it that fell to the bottom. I don't know. And then I'm like, I'm kind of actually hoping the kids, because there's 4 of them and they're all gonna, go get their own places. So I'm like, all right, well, hopefully most of the furniture at least will be gone, and TVs and stuff. So I'm kind of waiting for them to furnish like their own places and then see what I have left over. Oh my God, there's just junk everywhere. Then like God. Okay. So then there's like the medicine cabinet out in the hallway. So there's like a hallway. So like I have like, my, like it's like a, it's like its own little kind of apartment, kind of, sort of. And then you go down this hallway and then there's a bathroom, there's a loft, and then there's a couple other bedrooms. And then there's like this separate wall closet kind of thing. And then that's where like there's, essential, I mean, it's like your like bathroom stuff that you don't really have room in the bathroom for. And then like, that's where we keep all like the medicine. And then like, over the years, like you just kind of like, you open a bottle and it'll kind of drop into the drawer. Oh my God, I went through that drawer. It was so disgusting. It's like, oh, this expired in 2018. Oh my God, it's been that long since oh my God, it's so gross. The illusion of wealth and success for her viewers and her delusion. That's true. Police and other people are also less likely to suspect bad stuff is happening behind the doors of fancy houses and shiny churchgoers, sadly. Well, so that's kind of one thing I'm thinking, because I personally, considering the fact that these crimes were against children, the whole fact that 4 years, it's between 4 and 30 years.
We're just writing a warrant right now. We're just kind of waiting on that, just so that that process.
Like, how is even 4 years the minimum? Like it should be minimum 20 years to 30 years. It's against children. These are crimes against children.
The reason we came in without a warrant, with what we call exigent circumstances, where we're worried about other children and things like that.
It is BS, swept.
And then once we've kind of solidified that and we don't have anything, then we have to write a warrant to be able to continue with our investigation on the home. Does that make sense? So the first entrance is just for safety. The second is if we want to gather any evidence or anything like that, we have to have a warrant. If we want, like, we need to get into that safe to verify no one's in there, so we have to have a warrant. We may end up having to cut it off if we can't figure out how to get in there without doing that. You know what I mean? We don't want to cause damage, but sometimes we're faced with that if we can't figure out how to get in there. So things like that. So.
The children's mother is on the way.
What's that?
The children's mother is on her way.
Okay, great. That's great. We're from
Utah, Canada.
From where?
Utah, Canada.
Oh, Utah, Canada. Okay, so she's gonna be a few hours. Okay.
Yeah, Ruby's.
There are 2 kids.
Well, this video is being taken. Ruby's beating her way down there. Big red flag. Yeah.
Boy and girl. And the boy is here.
They're just staying with me for a little while.
Huh?
They're just staying with me for a little while.
Okay.
She said they're staying with me for a little while. I'm going to add subtitles, people. I do like the noise. I do like the fact that we're not hearing the beep beep of the body cam.
What's the boy's name? Oh, okay.
They're supposed to be beeping out the names.
Are you the person that was on the side of the road?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have on here at 51 minutes, they did say the boy's name. Okay, so the order of these videos, again, the first one I wanted to do first because I want to show you what happened and what led to this video, and then the ones that are going to come after this. That one is the minor son. He had escaped and he was caught on some surveillance videos going up to homes trying to find if someone was home. And the first house he was unsuccessful getting anybody to answer. And the second house he was almost unsuccessful, and just as he was right out of like the range of the camera, basically, the guy said, what do you need? And he goes, I was wondering if I could have you do a couple favors for me. And he goes, what's that? And he goes, number 1, can you bring me to the police? And then he goes, number 2, well, really, it's just number 1. It's just that one thing, the police. And then he tells him to have a seat. And then the guy calls 911. And he breaks down crying. He's like, this child has obviously been abused. And the woman is bringing him like water, food. And they're like, we need the ambulance here now. And then the ambulance shows up. And he goes into the ambulance. He's being cared for. One of the EMTs outside, I think they said her name was Molly. Her name is actually on. Maddie. EMT Maddie. She comes back to the officer and she goes, I'm going to cry. And he goes, yep, that's why I got my glasses. Put your sunglasses on. That's why I got mine on. From the neighbor, it was heart-wrenching. Yeah. It's so sad. So that's, again, why I did that one first. And I think I have it in order. And then after him in the ambulance, there's several videos of them finding the girl who was 9, just about ready to turn 10, in a closet with a shaved head. Her head was shaved. They thought she was a boy. They kept calling her son, or, they kept alluding, like when they found her, they kept thinking it was a him. And then somehow or another, they figured out it was actually a girl with a shaved head. And then the officer, so the clips are called, well, they found her, so it's them finding her, And then the officer sits in there and they don't say anything. And then he's like trying to talk to her a little bit. And I think there's a video saying she's scared. And yeah, E telling EMT she's nervous. Then they brought her a pizza. That's the one that I lost it on. And then finally it ends with them walking her out of the closet. And the video of the boy, the ambulance, the first responders arriving, the ambulance. I did sneak in that one quick video of the boy with his bare feet picking up garbage in this little cemetery. I don't know if it's like a pet cemetery or something, with his bare feet in the heat. And then all the little videos of the little girl with the noise, the vocal. So you shouldn't hear any beeps in that. It should be very similar to this. And then after this one, I'm going to work on the video that's happening while this video is going on. I don't know how I should word that. So while this is happening, they're sweeping the house. They're finding the little girl in the closet. They're getting the pizza for her, etc. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Studley left to go get a search warrant because there's a safe, and there is a video called entering the safe, opening the safe room. And so that's the next set of videos will be what's happening while these two are sitting there. If that makes sense. I don't know, maybe what I'm going to do is, because this video that we're watching is already uploaded. Now letting her chill out like a lazy Sunday. Here, let me see. Let me think now. Can I upload media file? Gotta put my thinking cap on here. Let's see if I can find it. Home. Okay, this is one. Evidence gathering. Nope. Okay, this video here. Okay, so I think this one here, I think is this. No, that's not right. It's this one. Okay, this is called first entry into the house. That's this one. So this is number 2. All right, so opening safe room is 4 minutes. Here, let's put this on pause a second. Pause. Where's my mouse? There it is. Can we hear this? Is there audio on this? Sorry, I'm kind of... While they're sitting in the living room, I thought maybe we could watch this. So this is... Does that make sense? There's no audio, though. Or can you hear it? No, I don't think there's any audio on here. So supposedly there's a toilet in the safe room. Now, for starters... Oh, there's a refrigerator. So it's an actual safe room. I don't know. Maybe you can hear that. I can't hear it. There's a washer and dryer in there. Toilet. So the next long video I want to do is do the evidence gathering. I think it's called evidence gathering. Because then that'll be in order. They're pulling the refrigerator out to make sure nobody's behind it. Never seen a refrigerator that small. Some of the videos don't have audio. Maybe you can hear it. I just can't. Oh, I suppose they're maybe checking back there to make sure there's not a secret door. That looks like that refrigerator hasn't even been used. Okay, some of you said, "Oh, okay, bye, Sea Swept. Nice to see you. I'll try to get more of these put up." Okay. Is that a Murphy bed? Yep. All right, I'm gonna close this out. Hide. Okay, let's finish our video for today. I'm sorry. I'm distracting. So I think that'll be the next series of videos. Is going to be opening the safe room, and then them going through the house, combing through the house, gathering evidence. And I think I do like this. Vocal isolation, but I'm going to add like a little text thing on the bottom if I can. There's a series of shorter videos called Child Abuse. One is 3 minutes, one is 11 minutes. One is 1 hour 44 minutes, one is 1 hour 55 minutes. One is 6 minutes 58 seconds. So those ones, when I perused through them before, I know they do, there's a couple of the shorter ones are them with Jodi and Ruby at the police station, in the interviewing rooms. So what I'd like to do is the next series, them combing through the house. And then probably after that, the Ruby and Jodi, because Ruby does end up showing up. They do arrest her there at the home later on, because it takes her a little while to get there. I almost hate to skip through this just because I want to see what she does. I mean, she's just sitting there. You can see the officers flipping through his phone. She's just sitting there like a little stone. She'll do well in prison. In my opinion, she should be outside in the heat, standing in the heat. Like she made that little boy stand out in the heat with bare feet. The 2020 episode, they said something like the ground temperature during the, the height of the sun was like 110, 120 degrees. His little feet. You can see he's like super tan in that video. Can you imagine? I just can't believe it. And then there's pictures of the little girl. Her arms are all scraped up, scratched up. When you're got tan skin, the little scrapes show up, white, kind of, basically, healed up. So during this whole entire time, Jodi, and like I said, the middle children are at some other lady's house. And it's my understanding, according to the 2020 episode, that I haven't run across it yet, but one of the videos, because they do go over to the home, and they're letting her have her phone. Like, why does she still have the luxury of having her cell phone right now? She's a suspect, in my opinion. I bet each and every one of these officers want to punch her right in the face. But that other lady, according to the 2020 episode, I think there's a third lady that had the two middle children while this is all going on, because then they have to go find that two middle children, because the two oldest kids one is in college and one is, I don't remember, but the other one, if they're in college or if they just like moved away, the boy. And but the two middle girls are at this other lady's house. And one of these videos has her in the back of the squad car, handcuffed. And according to that 2020 video, Jodi and Ruby and this other lady would go, I don't know if they went into like that safe room or they would go somewhere for like quite a while. Oh, I know. It was the guy. Ruby's now, at the time of this video, estranged husband. I think it was him in his second police interview, which is audio only. Where's my list? Which I think is audio only. Kevin Franke interview. He said, because his first video, they were telling him, oh, we just found these two children, etc., etc. And we're telling him kind of the condition of the children, and he was explaining he hasn't seen, but he was kind of reserved, I guess you could say. But apparently his second interview, he unloaded more. And I think it was him that said that Jodi and Ruby and the lady that had the two middle kids would go somewhere for a while. And I don't know if this was while they were all living at Ruby and Kevin's house or what. But then he said they would lock themselves away for quite a spell. And then they would come out and they would be in a really good mood. I got to find that. I think we're getting close to being done with this. I don't understand why they're letting her have a phone. I tell you, that vocal isolation software works pretty good. It took forever to upload. Well, to process and then upload. But I think it's worth it. Look at her. She's just sitting there on the couch, leg crossed, in the air-conditioned area. Like, if she had any concern for that little girl, I mean, because at this time, it's my understanding that the little girl is still being coaxed out of the closet. Goodbye, you are wrong. Nice to see you. You're right most of the time. Yeah, make sure to, like I said, I'll upload this on a playlist. This was kind of impromptu. I do appreciate you stopping by. I tried to glue one of my free Zachariah Anderson charms on my water bottle. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see how long it stays on there. Oh, I can put one up here. Oh, it does stay on there pretty good. I made a bunch of earrings, but look at how long they are. Can you see that? They're so long. Like, they go down to the end of my chin. So then I'm making... Well, this camera doesn't work very good. I do have another camera that has like a autofocus on it. Maybe I should try that. But I got this, like, it's called like a UV resin, and you can like stick stuff in it. So I was monkeying around with that to make little charms. This one turned out pretty good. Oh, this one turned out really good. What's so sticky on it? It's very sticky. I haven't had a lot of time to do anything other than work. Not for long. Oh, and for those of you who are from the Free Zachariah Anderson crowd, Solomon Anderson has a new YouTube channel. It's called Solomon Says. And he is going to be live streaming the entire Zachariah Anderson trial. I think today is the 1 year anniversary of his sentencing, from what I believe I saw earlier on Twitter. Isn't that sad? But Solomon is going to, I'm sure, assuming he's doing it because it's the 1 year anniversary, and also he's got a new channel, and you know, us YouTube people, we need watch hours. I don't. Surprisingly, I have that clip from Tim Bleefnick being on Family Feud. It's got like 350,000 views. I got most of my hours from that, actually. Too bad it wasn't longer. I just need subscribers. But you know, you need like 4,000 watch hours. Can you see this? Probably not. No? Can you see it on my hand? I don't think you can. Yeah, I should take a picture of it. But it's like inside this little thing, and I put flowers and glitter in the little Friezacker Anderson, and then somehow I can stick like a hoop through it, and then you can like hang it on a necklace. That's the goal. Yeah, I like this one. This one's pretty. Because the charms are just too big, I think, for earrings. He's looking through his contact list. Oh, I see what he's doing. You know what he's doing? He's going through his contact list and he's deleting all the people that is in his contact list he doesn't want anymore. Because he's hitting like the edit button and then going on the bottom and then hitting delete contact. For those of you who are iPhone users, you know what I'm saying. Now he's scrolling through a list. I wonder if it's in the notes. I must be getting tired. Oh no, that was his list. Edit. Scroll down to the bottom. Oh, now he's editing the person's name. And now he's going back. Oh, see, he's going through his contact list. I wonder if this is his black book. Edit. Remove contact. See? Confirm. Yes. Hi, Lefty. How are you? We're watching the officer delete his contacts on his iPhone while Jodi Hildebrandt sits on the couch because they're going to get a search warrant to search the safe. I did like a vocal isolation, so we're not getting like all the noise. And I just decided that rather than sitting here watching it by myself, I'd go live and see who joined me and look at all your beautiful faces. Sick and damn tired of spring break already. Oh, well, how do you like that snow we got? I thought we were done with snow. I got woke up at dark 30 Friday morning with the snowplow. And it was like 3. And then by Friday night, the snow that we got Friday, which wasn't much, was melted. And then, what did I get woke up by? Saturday was something else. So much for golfing. And then this morning, same thing. Dark 30, the friggin' snowplow comes by. And I live on a dead-end street, so it takes a while. Well, it's not a very long dead-end street, but, you know, they have to, it's not like they can like swing by and whatever. So anyway, so we're watching Jodi. These were all this, there's a whole bunch of videos and documents and audios that was dumped on Friday. And I wanted to watch them. So I thought, let's see if I can remember how to live stream. And all these beautiful faces came and joined me. But like, let's see, what is it? It's 33 now. So I would think the snow is probably melted. Or will be. Soon. My dad is 80 years old today. Happy birthday, Father. It was funny because it was like around Thanksgiving. I'm like, Dad, you've got a big birthday coming up. You're going to be 80. He goes, what? I thought that was funny. Hopefully by the end of the week. Yeah, I thought we were done. I mean, I have daylilies that are starting to pop out of the ground outside. I figured the snow is not going to stay very long. Of course, the weatherman made it sound like we were going to have like this big, avalanche of snow. My dad just turned like, oh. Your dad is only 11 years older than I am. Huh. They're smashed now. So now we're just watching this officer go through his contacts and either edit the name or delete them. Meanwhile, Jodi is sitting over there in the air conditioning, waiting for them to show up with the search warrant so that they can search the safe room. We did catch a little glimpse of it. There's a bathroom in it, laundry room, but they didn't have the combination. So she's sitting over there on the couch with her phone. The boy that escaped, he's in the ambulance. He might be at the hospital by now. And then the other officers are trying to coax the 9, almost 10-year-old girl out of a closet while she sits there with her legs crossed in the air conditioning. They let her go to the bathroom, and they're letting her use her phone. Lefty, I could probably be your mother. So your mom, let's see, so my brother, so your mom probably graduated in what, 82? My brother graduated in 84. So he's 58. So anyway, that's what we're doing, Lefty, in case you're wondering. We're watching the video I already uploaded. Oh, you're 42. Oh, they were very young. I'm doing the math. Okay, so my parents were pretty young too when my brother was born. I think my mother was 19 and my dad was like 22, I think. Yeah, I don't understand why they're letting her sit there in comfort. So meanwhile, while all of this is happening, Ruby is beating feet. She must have got a message from Jodi or somebody. She's driving like Mario Andretti from northern Utah down to this house here. Jodi's sitting there. She knows her goose is cooked. I hate that woman so bad. So that's why I put episode 1 of this series is only 20 minutes. And it's the boy going up to, he escaped the clutches of this witch here on the couch. And he went up to a door, was caught on a Ring camera. They weren't home. He went to a second home, rang the bell, got some like weird message, like, please leave a message. So he started walking away, and the guy comes out and says, what's up? And he's like, I was wondering if you could do me a favor. And the owner says, what's that? 2 favors, I think he said. He goes, what's that? And he goes, can you bring me to the police? Or call the police? And he goes, yeah, basically just one favor, just that one. I just need to go to the police. So then the guy calls, has him sit down. The wife comes out with food and water and is like inspecting his wounds. Meanwhile, the guy is on the phone calling first responders. So that video is 20 minutes long. The beginning of it is the little boy's escape. And then the first responders arriving, interviewing him in the ambulance. And then the end of it is going on while we're watching this video. They had found the little 9, almost 10-year-old girl with a shaved head in a closet, starving, and they got her a pizza and coax her out. So that's episode 1 of this series, if that makes sense. I'm assuming most of you have already heard about this case, and again, there's not going to be any trial for it because they both took a plea deal. So she's sitting there, and like I'm looking at the officer, and I'm like, wait, that looks like he's going through his contact list, and it looks like he's like editing. Edit, home. Now he's going through his list. Edit. This one's getting a name edit. Otherwise, sometimes he scrolls down the bottom. Let's delete contact. I'm not gonna lie, I've done that before when I've like needed to do something, because you know, over the years you get like old teachers put in there that get uploaded to your contacts. What if he's getting to the bottom of the list? Oh, so what I was saying before is so Solomon Anderson has a new channel, Solomon Says, starting April 1st. He's going to do the Zachariah Anderson trial from start to finish, and it sounds like during the day they're just going to have the trial going on, and then at night they'll do like a round table kind of discussion of what happened that day in the trial. I kind of like that idea, and to be honest, when I live stream the trial over like the Christmas, New Year's break, you know, you miss a lot when you're, you know, doing this. So I've been meaning to rewatch it. I actually started watching. I actually was watching the Johnny Depp trial, his testimony, because I never did see that when that happened. That was interesting. I can't rewatch it. Oh, the Zachariah Anderson one? That's terrible. I sent him a book. I sent him the RFK Jr. Fauci book, and I bought it used because the new book is like, what, $45? And I bought it used as a test to see if he got it. He did not. It was delivered, and he did not receive it. They denied it. So I'm like, that just ticks me off. And like the whole rule was like, you have to make sure that there's like a packing slip. So I put in big giant letters to the seller. I said, this absolutely has to have a packing slip in it. And they're like, we can guarantee it's going to have a packing slip. We cannot guarantee it's going to have like a receipt. So then I sent him a letter. One of those text behind letters, and I attached a copy of the actual receipt. I had the tracking number. I knew when it was going to get delivered. I had a delivery confirmation set up on my phone, so I knew when he would get it. And I saw it was delivered. And then like it's been like over a month, like 5-6 weeks it's been. So Solomon was going to see him, I think it was like a week or two ago. And I said, I know this is low priority, but can you ask him if he ever got the book? And then on his journal, he wrote on his journal that he's been denied like 3 or 4 books. And then Solomon had said, well, he can only have like X amount of books at a time. So I'm like, well, doesn't he have the option of saying, okay, look, we got you this brand new book that just came in the mail from Crime Spies. Do you want to exchange one of your books for this brand new book? Or I don't know. I don't know how it could get denied. Because he had a copy of the receipt that I sent him, plus the seller insured me that it was going to have a receipt inside the package, or a packing slip inside the package. And yet it was denied. So then on his journal, there's like some guy that he calls like the mailroom supervisor. So I'm like, can I call the prison and just say, I sent one of your inmates a book and I see it was delivered on such and such I have the thing telling me what date and time it was delivered. And he was denied it. You know? That book, the audio book for that one is 28 hours long. So I know it would have kept him super busy. And it's really good. And I did have it on my Rumble channel until Rumble took my channel down, deleted it. We talked about earlier. 460 some followers, hundreds of videos, audiobooks, etc. That's where all my politics has been. Gone poof. Just like that. Gone. Okay, we're almost finished here, people. Not much longer left. So what will be next after this, I'll work on, and like I said, I'm gonna do it the same way, I think. Doing the vocal isolation so we're not getting that body cam beep in it. And I will try to put on some kind of like caption on the bottom. You can do like, I forget what it's called, but you can have it. Sometimes it's not that good. You know how closed captioning is not that great on YouTube either, but it'll like on the bottom, it'll flash like what they're saying. Help Zach. Trans himself. I'm sure you'd have no problem getting him those books. Oh, yeah, probably. I tell you what, I hope he sues. The CC looks on you. Yes, it does. Well, I have a way to like edit it before it goes out, but then I have to watch it like 3, 4, 5 times. So I might just like say, okay, this isn't perfect, but we're just watching it together and then make my little notes. It's more fun watching this stuff with people than it is watching all alone by myself. Yeah, I'm sure if he, don't even get me started on that prison. I mean, it's, okay, so then he said in his journal, talking about Zachariah Anderson, he said in his journal that he complained about using that text behind service, and then some of the people in like the, you know, Free Zachariah Anderson movement, if you will, they send him actual letters, which go out to like the East Coast somewhere, and then they open it, photocopy it, and send it to him. And then he likes to send letters back, so he doesn't use the text behind to send it back. And I'm not sure, but I think when you send him a text behind, he's supposed to be able, I think, because you're paying for it, for him to respond. He's never responded once. And I think I've sent like 3 or 4 letters now in the book. But he said in his journal that he would like to have a new like tablet. And I know he got a TV, but then like something was goofy with like the earbuds because it doesn't have speakers. You can only have, I don't know. In his journal, he complains about like other inmates that play like rap music at like, you know, really loud and, you know, is disruptive. But yet when they get like a TV, then they have to have like a special little antenna for it. And then they have to have like little earbuds for it, which that doesn't make any sense because you'd think they wouldn't have laces for their shoes. I mean, are they maybe they're wireless? I don't know. Well, anyway, so he ended up getting a TV finally, but then now he said his tablet is cracked. So then I said to Solomon, this is after my book was delivered, but he never got it. And I'm like, I'm kind of peeved about this. I mean, it's, you know, $20. I could have sent that in like some type of other fund. Good thing I didn't send the new book. Then I'd really be pissed. But, so then he said his tablet is cracked or I don't know, something. So I asked Solomon, I'm like, if someone were to get him a replacement tablet, how much is it? Or I said, how much is it? And then he's like, oh, I wouldn't worry about getting him a new tablet because the prison is going to be switching tablet systems. So, you know, do they have any like time frame? Is this like a for sure thing or just like a rumor? And also, like, I'm kind of afraid to call the prison. Like, if this was me, like normal me, I would just call and say, "Hello, may I speak to, Sherman, whoever the supervisor
Oh.
is?"
Hey. Yeah. And yeah. Oh.
You have activity. But I'd call like Sherman. I don't know what his name is. I think it starts with an S. I'm going to call him Sherman.
When I first got there, or in the ambulance? First observed the kid. He was sitting on the chair, had the duct tape and plastic around his ankles. And then he had a long sleeve shirt on. And then we pulled his sleeves up, and he had duct tape and clear plastic underneath the sleeves on both wrists. And then medical got there. They started cutting the stuff off him. And then you can see like the dark around his ankles, and it you could smell it, the flesh. It's underneath the tape. As soon as they took it off, even outside, you can smell the flesh. And then put him in the ambulance. I went in there. They started cutting more off of it. You can see the wounds on the back of his ankles, around the front of his ankles, and then on his wrists as well. And the wounds around his ankles were dark and like, I don't know, like wet looking, I guess, from the moisture underneath it. Yeah, he said he was tied on the ground with a rope. That's where the wounds came from. Yeah, with ropes on all four of his extremities. And that's where the wounds came from. And then they put cayenne pepper mixed with honey, he said, on the wounds, and then covered that with the plastic saran wrap and then the duct tape over the wounds. Yeah. And then that's what we cut off, was that. Yeah, they dressed the wounds. Some of the wounds, when I was in there, when they went to go peel it, they thought it was some of the dressing. It was actually his skin that was peeling. Yeah, and yeah. So, yeah, all right. Yep.
Boy, that's the end of that one. Look, I actually figured out how to do the end. Sad, huh? So, you're able then now, and I did put the Zachariah Anderson trial thing. Let's see, how can I go? Let's see what the screen does. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. I just uploaded a new theme. What does this one do? Oh, that's just the side of my face. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you for watching that with me. I don't know if you caught that at the very end. But they had said that the wounds, the officer could smell, they could smell the wounds. Smell them. After they cut off the saran wrap and the duct tape when they found the little boy. Ugh. And that they had put, he had said that they had put cayenne pepper and honey mixture. I'd like to know what magazine or where she read that it was okay to put cayenne pepper on an open wound. This officer at the very end took a phone call from, I don't know, maybe it was the district attorney or somebody, and said, tell me what you saw. And they said as soon as they cut off the saran wrap and the duct tape, they could smell the skin. And again, these women both took a plea deal. They're going to get between 4 and 30 years in prison. That's it. And it's up to the Utah parole boards to determine what their sentences are going to be. Jodi, at her sentencing hearing, had said something along the lines that she was, she was regretful. I'm not sure if I took it sincerely, to be honest. And then Jodi did not have basically the same sentiment. So they're under the impression that perhaps Jodi will get out sooner. The episode from 2020, let's see, can I show you this? Oops. Where did it go? Can I see it? Oh, here. Okay. This episode right here is the new one. So let me one more time put it in. Okay, so that's the link to ABC 2020 online. And this episode is locked right now. There's a little lock. Oh, you can't see the cursor. Well, there's a little lock on the upper left-hand corner. It's called Ruby Franke from Momfluencer to Felon. If you have Hulu, you can watch it on Hulu. Actually, maybe I'll put a poll on my YouTube. I'm too afraid now to put it on Rumble because, in my opinion, number one, I only have 3 followers right now because I took my other channel down. Maybe I could put it on Kick, like tomorrow, maybe. I'll put a poll up on my YouTubes. It was very good. It's not that long. It's, I think it's like an hour episode. But I can show it to you from my Hulu, or you can just watch it. I think they keep them locked for like a week or 2, and then they unlock it on their website. But anyway, but it was just a really good overview. Jodi's niece, Jessie, had suffered a lot of the same punishments that these 2 small children had when she was younger. So this is not a behavior that's new to Jodi. This is behavior that she's had for quite a while. And it's really sad. It's very sad. So anyway, so this is episode 2. Both are on my YouTube channel. This is just a live of episode 2 because I just wanted some feedback on if we like the vocal isolation. I have a weirdness with noise. And like the body cam video, that it has that like buzzing and like beep beep sound. So the officer knows it's still like capturing video. And that kind of gets to me. Sounded pretty good. Yeah, it's like I said, You Wrong was in here earlier. they're from the Rumble crowd, and they were not in the loop on this. And again, there's not going to be any trial for it. But 2020 had an update, and this document dump just happened on Friday. So I'm working on a series, and I'm going to try to put them up in order with the vocal isolation. The next one I am going to add some subtitles to. And I'm wondering maybe if I should upload them and live stream them while I'm uploading them, if that makes any sense. Because this video that we just watched, it had to have been over an hour to upload. So maybe I could do that instead. It's almost the end of tax season. I can't wait. I'm so sick of numbers. I love numbers, but right about this time of year, I'm not a big fan. So the next video that we're going to be watching in the series will be evidence gathering. So they're going to show up with the search warrant. They're going to and start searching the property, going through room to room. 4 to 30 years on the 4 counts. I think originally there was like 6 or 8 counts. The judge dropped 2 when they took a plea deal. They pled guilty to all 4 counts. And I always get it messed up if it's consecutively. I think they're being served consecutively, which means one has to be served, then the next, then the next, then the next. Not concurrently, meaning they're all like layered on top of each other. So it must be, since there's 4 charges, I'm assuming the first one of the charges, no, they all must have a 1-year minimum, because the minimum is 4 years. That's my guess. And the Utah Parole Board gets to decide when they get out. The prosecutor that was interviewed on this episode of 2020, he said, and I mentioned this earlier, he said that his hope is the parole board waits until the 2 victims here at the time of the crime. The little girl was just about to turn 10, and I think the boy was like 12. I want to say 12, 13-ish. And he had just had a birthday too. And he had said that he hopes the parole board will keep them both in prison long enough for the children to be old enough to deal with the fact that they're being let out. So if they serve the maximum, those 2 kids will be like 39 and 42 at the time that they get out. That's if they serve the maximum. And it sounded to me kind of in that 2020 episode, they think that Ruby will get let out before Jodi does. I hope they're both suffering. I hope their food is full of bugs and stale. And I hope they get wounds in their feet, big gaping wounds. And I hope that the people in the, nursing area of the prison use the same treatment on their wounds, the cayenne pepper and honey, for them. They get a little taste of their own medicine while they wait to be sitting in a nice toasty warm spot that Satan has waiting for them in his lair. God, evil. And I will tell you, I mentioned this also earlier, that according to either the episode or something I watched over the weekend, they were in the process of expediting some search for land in Arizona. And I have a strong suspicion that had those 2 kids gone out to Arizona, they would have suffered the same fate that Tylee and JJ did in the Lori Vallow Daybell trial. These kids, I'm actually kind of surprised that they survived the abuse that they were handed at the hands of these 2 Satan spawns. So some of the things that is coming out and that's come out in this document. And I mean, we've gotten through all of it. It's just heartbreaking. So, that's all for now. It's very nice to see your beautiful faces. I haven't seen you for quite a spell. But thank you for dealing with my absence, and it won't be long now. We're on the home stretch of tax season. Alrighty. I think that's it for now. I would send you somewhere, but let's just take a look-see and see who's online. Oh, Crime Spies is online. Lawyer, you know. Oh, Runkle, Shizzy's on. And Expert's on. Shizzy is live. Oh, it looks like he's got a what the hell's. Oh, here. Maybe we'll go over there. Copy. Paste. Wonder if that works. Mo in the Deep End is on with Shizzy. It's a what the hell's episode. I have no idea what's going on there. And then let's see who else. The Expert is on. What has he got going on? I don't know what he has. Let's talk tortoise. Shells. Here's his link. And Runkle. I think maybe I'll go head over to Runkle's live chat. I love him. I have a secret crush on Ian Runkle. Don't tell anybody. Shh, don't say anything. Here. There, that's his link. That's probably where I'm going to go. Monday. So there's 3 suggestions if you're looking for something to do. I don't know what he's talking about. He started an hour and 2 minutes ago. All right. So I look forward to seeing you for episode 3 video, and I will work on that. That will be going through the House of Horrors, the body cam footage of going through the house. Jodi will, or Ruby will eventually show up, and she'll do the fun sitting on the couch thing that we just saw Jodi do before she's handcuffed. And then after that will be some videos of them being interrogated, which really isn't a whole lot. They don't really say much. Jodi is pretty much mute. Like, she just stares and says, like, lawyer after a while. It's weird. But there's 29 total videos. This was one, I think the first video with the little boy and the ambulance and the little girl. I think there was like 10 videos in that. So we still have quite a few to go through. Some are very short and some are like an hour-ish. Alrighty, people, I will see you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. And we will see you. I don't have an out. I have no out. I have a thanks for watching. See you hopefully soon. Bye.